So I've had allergies pretty much all my life, but in 2012 they just took on a life of their own. I became allergic to almost everything I ate, and also to things that I would breathe in and touch. And not only was I allergic, but I started having anaphylactic reactions that affected my breathing, my ability to think and function in a normal way. I went through a lot of doctors to try to figure out what was wrong with me. Nobody could really help me, and honestly, most of the doctors made me worse. And that's the year that I became a shut-in. And if I did leave my house, I would always have to wear a mask, which you can imagine is pretty awkward. But even the mask really couldn't protect me from everything, and I would always find myself sick while out and about, and it would land me in the bed for about 2 to 3 days. In December 2013, my mom just told me I was going to Rochester, Minnesota to be diagnosed at Mayo Clinic there. So we went in May 2014 and learned that I have a disease, or had a disease, called mast cell activation disease. It's an allergic disease, but rather than just having 1 or 2 things that you're allergic to, you can be allergic to a lot of stuff, like food and chemicals and perfumes, heat, cold, exercise, friction, pollen, insect stings, you name it. So I continued on, pretty much a shut-in in my home until the fall of 2015, in which the Lord led me to this group of believers who just pray for people. And they started this ministry called Personal Prayer Ministry, and I was their very first client. And in that session, the Lord revealed that I had a lot of forgiveness issues to reconcile and resolve. We also dealt with a spirit of sin that had held me captive for just about all of my life. And if He had only done that, I would be a different woman. But in that session, He also healed me. There was a moment that I just knew that He had done that. A few days after my session, I was chopping vegetables at my house, and one of the things that used to happen is my hands would break out in these itchy, burning welts every time I would touch something cold, so that was just kind of miserable. But this particular night, I noticed my hands were fine, and I looked at them, they weren't even red, and so I had to test it out. I grabbed a bag of vegetables out of the freezer, and nothing happened, which was the first time in a long time that had been the case. And so 2 weeks after that, I was on my way into an adoption celebration, and I just felt like I didn't need my mask that day. And so I asked my husband, do you mind if I try this without my mask? And he said, go ahead, but the minute you feel like you're reacting, I want you to put it on. Well, that moment never came. Even though there were scented candles and food and a crowd and perfumes, I was fine. And I haven't had to wear my mask ever since. In January, the Lord started to heal my food allergies. I was at an event, and He had just led me to ask Him to be able to eat the food, and I just trusted Him, and I ate everything on my plate. And I haven't had trouble with food since. Today, I am pain-free, medication-free. I go where I want and eat what I want. I have my energy back, and the Lord has just done a complete makeover in my soul and in my health, and I am so incredibly thankful and wanted to share that with you.